Outer Body is an adventure platformer about a recently deceased spirit and their journey from the physical world to the afterlife. It's my first game, and it's based on a project I made as part of the complete C# Unity 3D game development course at GameDevTV. You can play this game for yourself for free on my itch.io page, but today I'd like to do a post-mortem on the game, the good, the bad, and what I learned from making it. First, the good. The art style, atmosphere, and sound design came out really well. I'm no artist, but I'm happy with the colours and the lighting. Both evolve over the course of the game to match each level's mood, and the lighting did a good job of guiding the player naturally. For example, lights highlight hatches and openings that the player can use to proceed. The white light thematically fits the story and makes for an obvious checkpoint marker. The blocking from the camera's perspective, I think, gave the player enough room to see around them and examine closely parts of the diorama-like levels. While they weren't built efficiently, each set gave me a lot of practice time getting used to Unity's interfaces. I made music, which I don't think I've ever done before. Each track fits really well, going from cautiously spooky to terrifying to darkly encouraging. There are nice moments of environmental storytelling throughout each level, and even a few standout cinematic moments. For those players who got to grip with the controls, I think the difficulty levels, even though they were generally too high throughout, rose gently with a nice spike in the chase scene and the third level in particular. The levels themselves are about as varied as they come. The first level is a simple obstacle course, then I mix it up with a race against time. The third level returns to the calm, methodical exploration route with a large environment to explore and fairly merciful checkpoints, with a timing-based puzzle in the middle, then an easy reward at the end for completing the long hike around. Trial and error gameplay isn't my favourite procedure for Progress, but it worked well enough. Though they didn't solve the control problem, which I'll get into in a minute, the tutorials, which I added late into the development, went a long way in helping players get to grip with the controls. Next, the not so good. The most important lesson I took away from Outer Body was the essential step of finding playtesters. Getting the player character to move feels unresponsive. You can't tell which direction you're going until you move, which is egregious in a game where precision movement is needed to get from A to B. The problem with a developer playtesting their own game is that you have infinite investment and infinite patience for your own project. The developer will test their mechanics over and over again, moved by their excitement in making progress with each procedure's implementation. Beside the fact that they are blinded by their fondness for the game, this makes the developer the least authoritative person for checking if the game is actually fun. The controls were intended to feel a little strange, but not punishing. The player was intended to get the hang of movement eventually, but I think that the lack of visual feedback about which direction the little soul is facing will never allow the controls to click for the vast majority of players. So to summarize, 1. Make sure to build a prototype first. 2. Playtest the prototype immediately. Ideally, get total strangers to playtest the game. 3. Your first ideas and projects are going to be really rough, and that's okay. Despite its flaws, I'm very proud of the game's levels, story, and atmosphere. If you're in any way interested in playing Outer Body for yourself, there is a link in this video's description, and a clickable link in my bio. Thanks for watching.